Hey there, Engelbart Skateers, Jeff here. You might remember me from the Arcade 1-Up mod video last year, or from the amazing intro on every single episode of your favorite YouTube channel. And by that I mean this one, of course. While Larry's recovering from shoulder surgery, he's asked me to help him out by doing the heavy lifting on a few videos. So for the next few weeks, we're going to be bringing you new episodes of complete trash. Full disclosure, while I love to play video games, I'm also complete trash at them. For the sake of time, I am unapologetically using cheats to power through these games. But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay, here we are.
Fist of the North
Fist
Star.
of the North Star.
And
yeah, this game looks fantastic.
yeah, a lot of animation and enemies that explode when you hit them. And a good punch to the groin.
That walking animation is just so lifelike. It's hard to realize that it's not an actual person we're looking at.
Oh, yeah. However, you can kill every enemy in this game, pretty much, by a swift punch to the groin.
I was just going to ask if you do this for the entire game.
For the entire game. Yeah, once I realized you could do that, everybody had to die that way.
I see.
I know in the manga and the anime, you know, he has to punch him in the face or whatever to do that, but I don't play that way. They get it in the junk.
The US version of this game is just a little less bloody than, say, the anime series or the movies.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I am cheating. Because this game is pretty hard normally.
No, I rented it when I was a kid and I beat it in a couple hours. I remember that.
Yeah, but I suck at games. I am terrible at video games. I love playing them, but I'm terrible at them. Yep. Enemy committed suicide. I don't know where they're coming from. You would think that, you know, falling from that distance would be more lethal than a swift punch to the junk, but...
So have you ever seen the original anime movie or the series that came afterwards?
I haven't watched the series, but I did watch the original anime movie. I do like it. Quick note, there's a mechanic in here that I do dislike, and that's, you know, since I kill everything by punching them in the junk, you gotta crouch to do it. You cannot turn around while you're crouched. Yeah, you have to stand up, turn around, and then go back to the junk punch. As you can see, I'm just punching the air because I can't turn around. But
kind of funny that there's so many different versions of Fist of the North Star by different developers, yet the games are all pretty similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I don't know, this is the only one I've ever played. And,
yeah, there's a whole bunch of them for the NES and Famicom alone. Then, of course, there's Black Belt for the Master System, which is just the Fist of the North Star-ified version of the game. And then Last Battle on the Genesis.
Also, I found it very difficult to get the power-ups. You know, I'll hit an enemy, walk past, and then the power-up will, you know, fly up the screen from where they were, and I'm not fast enough to catch it most of the time. And then once
I'll also note that while we're doing this commentary, we've got the sound off, which is a good thing, because the sound in this game will destroy your ears. The music is so bad and repetitive. Each level has what, like a 5-second loop that just goes over and over?
Yeah, but, you know...
And it's like super high-pitched.
At least they've got sound samples for when Ken punches and kicks. So, you know, later on, as you power up, you can hold down the attack button and he'll just fling his fists or his legs around and do that.
Yeah. Also add that there are Fist of the North Star games, of course, for the Game Boy or the Super Nintendo, and then even modern systems where they've taken it and made it part of the, basically, Dynasty Warriors series.
Oh, yeah?
Which, for something like Fist of the North Star, actually makes sense for a modern game. It's basically he just goes around, you know, murdering giant crowds of people in the series.
Well, this game is dull as dishwater, because it's pretty much just, you know, you're walking in one direction, You punch the same enemies over and over again. You miss the same power-ups over and over and again. Like that.
And we're still in level 1 here, right? Or do we move on to level 2?
No, we're on level 2.
2, okay.
Yeah. I missed that. I still can never tell the difference between, like, okay, which is the one that gives him power and which is the one that increases that bomb meter.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I hate those enemies that just kind of fly across the screen. Like that, yeah.
They're the best. I don't know what you're talking about.
No indication of which way you're supposed to go, and I thought that pillar, like...
You're supposed to go the other way, the way that it doesn't stop scrolling.
And then, what is this?
That's the big fat guy.
Yeah, he looks like an orange grimace from McDonald's.
He looks like a cross between Jabba the Hutt and the dude from Weird Science.
Also, his junk is too low to the ground to kill him with it, so I just kind of had to go with the gut punch. Stage
I'm paying
3.
attention this time. Stage 3, yep.
So, I hate this stage, and you'll find out why. Of course, everybody still dies from a single punch to the junk.
If you're facing them when you do it.
Well, yeah, that does kind of help.
Why is this little guy just jumping around you?
I don't know. I just ignore them for the most part. It's not like anything can hurt me.
Have you played any of the other Fist of the North Star games, like Black Belt or Last Battle?
No, this is literally the only...
You never even played Last Battle on the Genesis?
Nope.
Wow.
I don't believe so. No. Is that a US game or is that an import?
It's a US game.
Oh.
The US version is Last Battle. The Japanese version is, Hokuto No Ken, which is Fist of the North Star.
No, it's not. You said Hokuto No Ken.
But in the American version, they just removed all the Fist of the North Star references and renamed everything. What are you doing here?
Okay, I made it to the end of the level and no boss showed up. So, like, obviously I figured, did I miss something? Is there, like, do I have to kill a certain number of enemies first? Well, there's no hint, and now I'm back at the beginning of the stage. Hooray.
Why'd you do that?
Okay, so, there's no indication that you can enter any of these doors. Pushing up makes you jump. You're screwed. And I had to stop the game after running back and forth for, like, 10 minutes. Look up a guide, and then it says, oh, yeah, you have to hold the punch and the kick button and push right in front of the doors. Gee, thanks.
Well, you don't find that intuitive?
Oh, absolutely intuitive. Just like every other game that has a door you enter, you hold down A, B, and right.
I can't even think of a game with a door where you don't hold A, B, and right to walk into it.
So, yeah, after 10 minutes... Oh, yeah, that was cool. That's where I just discovered you can hit an enemy's weapon and... kill him with it. Also, I managed to power up a bunch of times. So now I can do that. But, of course, it doesn't matter. I'm still, punching everybody in the junk.
And so it's funny. Back in the day, I had played this game when it was new. I didn't know the anime series or the anime movie, which is what was out at the time. I eventually saw that a couple of years later, and it's crazy. I mean, it's one of the most violent things you'll ever see, but I really liked it. And then I got Last Battle shortly after getting the Genesis, and I'm like, wow, this game is just like that Fist of the North Star game for the NES. And then, found out much later that it actually was Fist of the North Star, just, an Americanized version of it with no license. And of course, for the American version of Last Battle, they took out all the blood and gore and everything and sanitized it. And... I mean, it's not exactly like this game, but it's very similar. I mean, you kind of punch and kick the same way. In the original version, enemies explode in the same way. In the Japanese version, it's super bloody. A lot of the bosses are kind of the same or very similar. So it was just a really interesting thing to see after having been exposed to this game.
Well, I also like how they added these breakable walls to be like, oh, hey, let's add a new game mechanic for no reason. Let's kind of shake things up a little and make the game...
You mean something other than punching people in the crotch?
Yeah. And let's do it in the most annoying way possible. So, you can't kick all of the walls down. You have to punch and kick them. because kicking's too low and punching's too high.
I don't want to make this all about a different game, but it was funny because in last battle, like when you're fighting an actual area boss in that game, you can't beat them unless you punch them when they have like a tiny little sliver of health left. So if you fight them by like kicking them or jump kicks or low kicks and all that stuff, their health will never run down all the way. You can't win unless you like punch them in the face.
Well, that's actually kind of a neat game mechanic because that's, that fits the theme of Fist of the North Star because that's how he kills everybody.
When I was a kid and I played Last Battle before I even saw the Fist of the North Star movie, probably right before, like, I didn't know what was going on. I actually called the free Sega helpline to let them know because I thought there was something wrong with my game since the enemy's health stopped draining at that point.
Yeah, see, now
they're like, no, you have to punch him.
It's like, well, was that in the manual?
I don't think it was. I'd have to double check.
Yeah, probably not. And it's like, okay, well, if you're taking out all of the references to Fist of the North Star, then you might want to take that out too, being the requirement, because that's, the big Fist of the North Star trope is the punch to the face.
Or they could have even
in this
added
case,
some text on top of the screen that said punch him in the face or something,
Yeah. Or in this case, a punch to the junk.
Yeah.
Well,
that punch to the junk in that game wouldn't have finished them off.
May have to open up a debugger and see if I can't fix that. Yeah, see...
Hey, now you're kicking and punching fireballs for 3 seconds?
Yeah, just got rid of all of them. I don't think I actually used a fireball on an enemy at all. And you waste them trying to go through a door.
Right. I completely forgot those things were even in this game.
I have no idea what this power-up does. It seems to double Ken, but one of those doubles does nothing.
It can't hit the enemies? Like, I don't remember. It's been so long since I played this.
If it does, I never managed to hit an enemy with it.
I love how the backgrounds in this game vary between bland and garish.
Okay, notice I'm almost fully powered up. I've got all but 1 star.
Yep.
So you're in for a big treat here in a minute.
Why do you keep getting hit by those guys?
Oh, God. I get a little better at smacking them around later, but, not here.
I guess you just can't punch them in the crotch while they're sliding right at you.
There we go! Boom. The last power-up makes his clothes fall off.
Yep. Does that in the Genesis one, too, when you fully power up, he bursts out of his shirt.
Now, I'm not exactly sure what getting that last power-up actually does.
Does it make your attack power a little bit stronger?
Ah. Well, again, since I'm cheat...
You're the one who played this game, you should know.
Well, since I'm cheat, I didn't know if it increased his defense or anything like
Jacko's
that.
army.
Who's Jacko?
Are you going to fight Bubbles?
So, at this point, the enemies are getting a little stronger, and they take a couple of punches to the junk, fully powered up. Or not. But, they add another new mechanic in this stage that they don't prepare you for. And,
what's that?
Well, it's coming up. Not very long. And after it does it, I'll bring up another point that really irritated the crap out of me. And technically, I think this game could probably be played almost all the way without killing a single regular enemy. He jumps so high and so far. I just find it funny.
Kind of funny you mentioned that, because
I'm
going to show breakable floors when you walk on them.
Breakable floors. No indication that the floors are going to break. I got lucky right there.
It was such a common thing in NES games. Floors that either broke when you stepped on them that look exactly like every other floor, or ones that are invisible and you walk through and just fall. Like, how many games did you play back in the day that used that mechanic?
Yeah, I mean, I get why they did it. This game, if you know what you're doing and you're good at it, You can beat it in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you first get it, you're not going to beat it in 20 minutes. You're going to be playing it for days.
Well, like I said, I rented it and beat it in a couple of hours. So, back when it was brand spanking new.
Okay. Well, like I
So
said.
it didn't take me days. Well,
I'm terrible at video games. I've played just about all of the ones you can, all the notable ones and some of the more obscure ones. Hundreds, thousands of games. Never got any better at playing video games. Just never got any better.
That's pathetic.
Been playing them my whole life. And if anything, I've gotten worse.
What is with that guy's face? Did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, the detail level in this game is abysmal.
Ugh. Yeah, while I hadn't played it in forever, I remember that it was kind of terrible.
Well, the thing is it's not even really terrible. It's just kind of boring. And there we go.
It's pretty bad.
Wasn't paying attention, fell right through the floor.
You were defeated by Jacko's army.
And when you die, and
now you're slow and you're wearing a shirt again.
Yeah. I got used to having that fast speed.
Why don't you just punch the swords back at him? Jeez.
Because then it hits him in the face instead of the junk.
A whole bunch of the other Fist of the North Star games are actually one-on-one fighters. You haven't seen any of those either?
No. But all the way back to the beginning of the level, and this is the longest level in the game. And
this is a place where you should have made an edit so we didn't have to watch you do this again. I don't know why you left this in.
Oh, you don't? Oh, keep playing the game. Keep playing the game. I don't want to play the game. Play it anyway. Okay.
I just said we had to see the whole thing. Well, not that we had to see the whole thing multiple times. God.
Well, if I remember correctly, I died again.
What?
On the stage, the same way.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for that to happen, let me ask you, have you ever seen the live-action Fist of the North Star HBO movie?
I have not. Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. It was a very long time
That is like one
ago.
of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was the special effects in that were so hilarious.
The whole thing was beyond terrible. The acting was atrocious. It looked terrible. It was just like an ugly, dull, dreary movie. It didn't feel anything like the anime at all. And it was just bad in every way.
Yeah, but when somebody's head exploded, it was very obvious a badly sculpted rubber mask.
As bad as it is, I heartily recommend that everybody watch it so they can share my pain.
Absolutely. You have to watch this movie. Oh my god.
Yes, find this movie and see it. Not a lot of people talk about it these days, but it is so horrendous that it must be experienced.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I was like, oh, have I seen it? Because I had completely blocked it out of my memory. It's so bad.
Don't think it's on HBO Max right now, is it?
It's not. And that was...
Yeah, so just search for it on the internet. You'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, I guarantee, it's probably not hard to find on your favorite video watching app. And see if you can get through the entire thing, credits to credits, without fast forward or skipping.
So I remember watching it, actually the day that it debuted on HBO, and my dad was actually watching it. My dad hates quote-unquote cartoons in general, and even watching this real movie, I had to stop and explain, like, oh, this is not how this is supposed to be. Like, every 2 minutes for this thing.
Ugh.
And as bad as that movie is, I probably ruined it for him even more by explaining all that stuff, which I would not do these days until after I watch the movie. Like, let's watch it first, and then I'll tell you what's wrong with it, instead of interrupting throughout.
Yeah, so you add to the pain by turning a 90-minute movie into a 3-hour one.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't even remember the name of the guy that starred in it, but he was just awful. He would do like the weirdest faces. I mean, just every aspect of it was just insanity.
Okay, here I just discovered that you can Super Mario your way past a lot of these pit traps because you can just jump on top of those panels at the top of the screen.
Yeah, I saw that. There's Squishy Face again.
Yeah.
So you're still gonna die in this level?
No.
From the very beginning one more time.
I thought I might have, but no. I believe I didn't die again.
All right, good.
I didn't. And it's all thanks to discovering that trick, and not walking across the bottom panels. Because at least if you fall through one on the top, you have a chance to...
Oh, and let's clarify about the movie. We're not suggesting piracy. We're suggesting going and finding it someplace that has it, where you can watch it.
Yes, always watch your movies legitimately. With your eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's a DVD release of that. I wonder.
Yeah, because now I kind of want to watch it again.
I'm not to do also.
I'm not going to, but I kind of want to.
I don't know. I might. I'm going to be laid up for a while, so I need something to entertain me.
That's true. But, I kind of have to stick to family-friendly stuff because I've got a 2-year-old, and my wife would kill me if I let her watch Fist of the North Star.
Well, why would you watch it with her?
Because she likes that kind of stuff. She's a very strange child, but she's definitely mine.
You don't have to let her watch everything she likes, do you? Be a parent.
Well, I don't really like a lot of anime, so I haven't been keeping up with it for a long time. But after she was born, I was like, okay, well, I got a lot of time because I'm watching her and feeding her and doing all that stuff. So I got caught up on anime.
Yeah.
And some of them, really old anime. So when she was really, really little, we watched JoJo. And
I've still never watched any of that.
It's good. It's good. I can recommend that one.
I know everybody likes it.
I'm
not saying anything bad about it. I just haven't seen it.
It's weird and it's completely bananas and it's way too long. But it's got these neat hooks and it uses some...
By the way, I love that you could just sit there, crouch, and just destroy that boss until he's dead.
This is my favorite level. I think
is this the last one, or is there one more after
No, I
this?
believe there's one more, but this one is extremely short. I think. Maybe it was...
Well, it can't be that long. There's only 2.5 minutes of game time left.
Yeah. So... Oh. Almost fully powered up again. There we go.
Yes.
Boom. And Ken's Hooters are out.
And now he can punch crotches even quicker than he could before.
Deadly precision crotch punches. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
A dead end. So, yeah, this was not my favorite level.
That is just bad game design.
Yeah, if I had been recording this live and giving live commentary, we would have had to bleep something out right there.
Yes. I understand.
I hate dead ends in games. They are the worst.
Are you supposed to be underwater now? I don't even get what's happening here.
There's a tidal wave coming. Of course, now you're in an underground skyscraper. I don't know. Maybe this is old New York.
It looks like broken girders.
We're in old New York, so
yeah,
we'll find the mutants.
I mutated from him.
We're killing Leela's parents.
Yep. Teenage Mutant Leela's hurdles.
See now, what is up with that? You've got that one enemy comes in from center screen, just running across the screen in midair, and then goes into a flying kick.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
who's this jerk?
Who cares? He
You can't just punch him in the crotch until his life just saps to nothing. He actually moves around.
Yeah, but he goes down from a few punches to the junk anyway. I think maybe this is my favorite level. Because now...
Is it just the boss fight?
Just the boss fight.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just Vega from Street Fighter.
I can't believe that you're winning with this incredibly complicated technique. Just immediate credits.
Yeah. And so...
I love that.
That was Fist of the North Star. Not a terrible game, but
yes, it is. It's complete trash. That's why it's in this series.
I'll say, there's much worse games out there. There are games that are much, much, much worse. It's not a good
worse games, but it's still bad.
It's not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. It's boring.
Especially, this came out in 1989. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at other NES games that came out in 1989 versus this thing.
Like, you could tell that they were trying to make it interesting with the power-up system and all of that, but everything just failed. You know, you've got the fireballs. They don't do anything. They're really hard to use. Let's make it so you have to enter a door by holding a weird controller combination rather than just, okay, let's keep going.
Now, would you recommend that people actually play this game?
No, if you sat through this whole video, you got enough of it. You know, I would more strongly recommend going and sitting through the live action movie than playing through this game.
Yes, it's longer and it's worse, but in the same way, that makes it better.
And if you really, really, want a good introduction, just go watch the anime movie. You'll be much.
The anime movie I still like. I haven't seen it in a long time, and the anime series is also pretty good. It's less gory than the movie, and it doesn't look quite as, I guess, high quality as you would expect from a movie animation versus TV animation, but it's still good. But anyway, let's wrap this thing up. All right, so, in the end, Fist of the North Star, I would say this NES game is complete trash and really not worth playing. Now, that'll wrap it up basically for this video, my retro gaming friends. If you enjoyed it, please toss it a like and share it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any more videos. And remember, you can now support me on Patreon and Ko-fi. With that, I'll say thanks for watching, and see me later.